when you struggle to make yourself understood.
It feels like you're choking on your words.
It feels like you're on repeat.
Everyday tasks can be a nightmare.
Hello
This is the story of 4 extraordinary young people living with a stammer.
I absolutely hate my stutter, and that's okay to say. Well, that's what I think.
I think everyone has something which they would sort of change about themselves.
If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be the person who I am now today.
In powerful first-hand accounts.
Mimicking is the worst. It makes you think, oh gosh, but that's how I look stuttering.
It's kind of like the elephant in the room and nobody speaks about it.
They reveal private battles.
New experiences are the ones that tend to induce stress and consequently make your stammer a little bit worse.
And public challenges.
Can I have...
As
they fight to make their voices heard.
Ugh, it's not going to come out.
Oh, fine, I was absolutely bricking it. Yeah.
$700 million people globally have a stammer. One of them is 20-year-old Jordan, who lives in Yorkshire with his mum. He's had a severe stammer since he was a child.
I was about 8 or 9 when I started to stammer, basically, and it came on after a head injury. They X-rayed me, and there was nothing wrong with my head, but then I just started to stammer. At first, it was quite mild, but then it just started to get worse and worse as I got older, basically. So it feels like you're choking on your words, and there's a literal lock of your whole mouth, basically, and the jaw started to hurt, and I've felt physically exhausted some days because my jaw has hurt that much of me trying to push the words out. I was just a normal lad that had a lot of confidence, and then when the stammer came, just everything changed, really. I became very withdrawn and very isolated, and I think that was really hard for me to kind of come to terms with being confident and then not being confident, so yeah. People who don't stammer tend to see us being nervous, shy, not very confident, very withdrawn, and some people have even thought that I was stupid. Just because I have a stammer, it doesn't mean that I can't succeed in life or go for my dreams or aspirations.
Jordan has been struggling to find work, so he's off to his local job centre. He believes his stammer puts off prospective employers.
When I have interviews, my stammer has got worse because it's that pressure of speaking and the fact that I have a stammer makes me feel nervous. And when you have a stammer, speaking is so vital that it can be quite difficult to show your best side of you. So just because I have a stammer, it doesn't mean that I can't work, it doesn't mean that I can't do normal things that other people can do. It's a lot of pressure on young people nowadays to kind of find work, because it's very difficult even for someone who who doesn't have a disability, if I do get the help that I need, then it could be a good chance for me to find work. So.
Around 5% of children under the age of 5 go through a phase of stammering. 23-year-old Zayn from Yorkshire struggled as soon as he learnt to talk.
The best mug in the world. I would say for me it feels like a block. So as I'm trying to speak, if I hit a word and I'm at that point where I can't push it through, it'll either really frustrate me or it'll really upset me. Personally for me, it tends to happen with letters P's, B's and T's where the lips are shut. And it's trying to push out the words through my lips. During my high schooling, I was a lot more reserved and I wouldn't be very extroverted. I would always be the one to sit out and just listen to everyone speak and stuff. And then whenever I did have a point, I'd be petrified just to say it. I think people's initial perception, I think the first thing they think is they want to help us by like saying things, by saying certain things like breathe slowly, take a nice big deep breath in, slowly release the air out, take your time, which can be quite patronising, yeah. I don't think people are patient enough and they don't understand how to behave when speaking to someone they've never met and they don't know how to stammer.
People who stammer find everyday tasks difficult.
I think I've been using public transport now for around 6-7 years, so every bus in Halifax I probably know inside out now.
For Zayn, getting the bus to work can be a challenge.
Waiting for the bus, in my head, I'd rehearse exactly what I'll be saying, but then on the bus it's that build-up of pressure, and every time I'd always get stuck and have my blocks. So yeah, I'm sick and tired of public transport. I need my own set of wheels now to get around. Yeah. Hiya, can I have a single into town, please? Thank you. Cheers, thank you. Thank you. Just asking for a single ticket into town now. I know I'm able to say it, but then when I can't, it's frustrating. I kind of feel a little bit inferior as everyone else is able to walk on, just ask for a ticket, buy a ticket and walk on. Whereas me, it can take a little bit longer, but I have generally become a lot more better now on asking for a ticket. Yeah. Thank you.
Just 20% of people who live with a stammer are female. One of them is 24-year-old Namrah. She lives at home with her family in London.
I absolutely, till this day, hate my stutter, and that's okay to say. Well, that's what I think. I always used to think, why me? What is wrong with me? Nobody in my family has a stutter. Nobody around me has a stutter. And I still don't know the cause of my stutter, which no one really ever knows. But But I think once I finally accepted my speech, I kind of just let it happen. Whereas in the past, I used to always try and hide it and force the words to come out. But I think since I accepted my stutter, I don't care when it does happen. I don't care people's reactions to it anymore. When I'm having a block, there's no sound, so it almost feels as if I don't have a voice. And I'm actually stuttering when the word is there, but you're not able to say it at once, just like that. It feels like you're on repeat. Once I finally get the word out, I'm out of breath and I'm so tired. I think A's are my absolute worst words to say. Sometimes the R's and the S's as well. I have a very close friend at work whose name I find hard to say as well. I'm gonna have, and here it comes. It's not gonna come out. Let me try again. Maria. Yeah, she's a very, very close friend of mine, and her name is really hard to say. I don't know why, but it is. People at work, and often my friends, would describe me as very, very chatty, very sociable, can talk for ages, which I think is often a misconception about those who have a stutter. I just got called bolshy and forthright the other day from a colleague, which I think is a compliment for a person who stutters, and I'm proud of that. I'm very proud of that.
Zayn works for the local council's Better Living service, which helps people to live a healthier lifestyle.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Zayn. You all right?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good stuff. So I work with families and children to make healthier lifestyle choices, introduce them to new sport, try and get them more physically active. When I shout out hide, I want you to jump on the floor and curl it to a ball to hide. Because I'm going to be the tiger that's going to come up for you all to eat you. Is that okay?
People who stammer avoid making phone calls, worried they will be hung up on. But it's a vital part of Zayn's job, so he has to conquer this fear.
I might ring Louise. Is it Louise who...
Louise and Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I might
Do you want me
ring
to write there?
Louise. Yes, please. Yeah.
Post it.
If it isn't anyone I've ever met before, then it's a big deal. But I think I'll be okay with bringing Louise. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'll be fine. Bring it on. Give it a go. It takes a lot of prepping mentally to remain calm and to remain composed when speaking of to the phone. Yeah. Hello, is Louise? Hiya, this is Zayn from the Better Living team. How are you? Just ringing up to check how everything is, how Felix is doing, and if you'd be interested in coming to the Families Club catch up on the weekend. Oh, perfect. I shall catch up with you on the weekend. Bye-bye, Louise. Bye-bye.
How is she?
Oh, she's okay.
Good.
But she, I think Charlotte has already rung her up.
Ah, Charlotte said she texted people, so I'm just being on it. Oh, good. So they're coming. Fab.
Yes.
Want to do another?
Nope. One's fine for today. Once I'm in the office full time, I think we'll have to be bringing up people a hell of a lot more. So I think, yeah, little steps at a time, and I'll be getting there. I'll be there. What, Isla?
Of course you will. You're on it.
Jordan is struggling to find a job, so his sister Gemma has come round to help him with some applications.
So what have you been looking for then?
Just kind of kitchen jobs really, because that's the only kind of experience that I've got really.
Yeah, but just because you've got experience doing that, right, doesn't mean that somewhere might not take you on, like, they train you on the job. I won't just look at kitchen, I'd just go on to, like, a retail. Something like that. Employers just want, you know, what's going to look good for them.
For them, yeah.
And if you've got a speech impediment, then it's going to make it instantly harder for you because they just don't give people a chance. But even though you've got this impediment, you should not shy away from it. Because the more you do it, the more it's not going to bother you.
Yeah.
It is hard, but you keep fighting it, you'll get there in the end, won't you?
Yeah. And getting a job would kind of make my life a lot better, and it'll kind of make those stepping stones towards me having a better life for myself. And then I can kind of help my mum out as well, because she's struggling quite a lot. And I can kind of work towards getting a place, maybe, kind of saving money up, maybe, kind of...
Just having a normal
adult
life.
Yeah.
Adult life. Do you want a cup of Jordan?
Yes, please.
Growing up fighting to talk is tough. Jordan's sister Gemma has always been there to help him through the hard times.
I just remember I used to come home crying from school because they used to take the mick out of you, didn't they?
Yeah.
They used to say you were disabled.
Well, I would say that it was a disability, but not in the sense that...
The way they were saying it was like, you are disabled, like, in a horrible way.
Yeah. But I can remember, like, always crying before going to school, because my jaw starts to do them kind of weird...
Spasms,
yeah. They used to kind of do them quite... kind of taking the mick, basically, so...
I just remember I used to get the bus and just not be able to speak to the bus driver or anything. Just...
When kind of going to school, I used to always ring up mum and say that the bus didn't come, but I knew that it did.
Is that what you used to do?
Yeah.
What? You used to miss buses?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did. Because I was that petrified of going to school that I used to...
Pretend that the bus had gone again?
Yeah, gone.
So, really, it did ruin your school life, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And it has set you back a bit.
Yeah.
I think now you've come a long way, actually. I think now your Stammer has gotten a lot better. But I think because you're more comfortable in yourself.
Yeah.
And you're not rushing to say things, and you're not...
Yeah.
You're not rushing, and you're like kind of a bit more not bothered about
it. People think. Yeah. I'm actually proud of myself that I've actually come this far from being the person that wouldn't answer the front door, you know.
A few years ago, there was times when me and Mum would sit and have conversations, and we'd say, Jordan isn't going to get anywhere. He's in this rut and he can't get himself out of it. He won't go out and he won't find himself, have a life and have friends and stuff. Well, you proved us wrong.
Yeah.
You have proved us wrong.
23-year-old Zayn lives at home with his mum, Nazreen, sisters and brother. For parents, it can be heartbreaking watching their child struggling to speak.
Dr. Marion?
I used to rely on you coming home from school to entertain her. just so I could catch up with housework and stuff. Yeah, you helped out loads. You'd sing to her and read to her.
Who's that? What's your name?
Oh,
Gosh,
you
yeah.
couldn't pronounce your name.
Oh my gosh.
You couldn't say your own name. It was Jane.
I was once called Jane.
Zayn? Ay, Sona Buta. Look at that face. She's so tired. I mean, you say cheese.
Oh my gosh.
You'd cut your words down loads, didn't you?
Yeah. Flipping heck. How old was I here then? Was it?
98.
8, so 4 years old.
4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Zayn? Look. I'm reading a book, Daddy. Give me a smile.
It's weird looking back at how onto how I was first speaking, as it hasn't changed much.
And especially when you're upset or anything, you just want, you don't talk then, do you?
No.
That's when it gets upsetting. Because I don't want to finish a sentence, and it's so easy to just say, that's what you want to say.
That was all fine though. You always supported me and stuff. So yeah.
What is it a picture of? A dinosaur. A dinosaur.
Especially at primary age, you'd say to me, send me a little note, and it'd say, I don't want to talk for a few days. And I'd be like, oh my God, for a few days, I'm not even going to hear his voice. And then I'd write back to you, why won't you talk to me? And then you'd write another note back and just say, my stammer's out of control and I just don't want to talk. It did bother you a lot. But it still hasn't stopped you. You're fab, you've done your uni, you've got your degree, you've got your job. It's absolutely fabulous. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It puts things into perspective of how bad I have had days in the past, but I'm thinking now on how far I have come. I won't let it affect me. It will do every single day, but it's a part of me, and I wouldn't be and I wouldn't be me without it.
No, you wouldn't. No, you won't be saying without it. So, as you are, it's as you are. I love you as you are, and you know that. You do, don't you?
21-year-old Ishaq is one of over 500,000 adults in the UK living with a stammer.
So I've been stammering ever since I can remember. There's not one point where I can look back and say, oh, this was the moment where I started to have a stammer.
Once severe, his stammer has dramatically improved through speech therapy.
I think everyone has something which they would sort of change about themselves. So I guess if I could change something about myself, I would like to make my speech a bit more fluent, because effectively you're going to be communicating your thoughts, and there's nothing more important to me in being able to communicate your thoughts as articulately as you can. So I'm studying medicine. I'm in my 4th year now. The main sort of thing which appeals to me is GP, solely because GP is the one where I feel I can do more stuff outside my job, so get involved with the community, make more of an impact in a sense, and just do more sort of things which I feel would be better, and better family life balance as well. So that's the main sort of appeal I have for aspiring to become a GP. Well, one thing I have to say is that my parents have always been like supportive.
Ishaq lives in London with his family. There was a time when his parents were worried his stammer would hold him back.
How was it like for you guys when I was growing up with my stammer? What sort of impact did it have?
At one time we were concerned.
Yeah, we were
very concerned. Because there was one time you would literally like try to talk and you couldn't get the words out, and almost like you would start choking, almost like that water come out your eyes because you couldn't say what you wanted to say. So we were really, really concerned.
Yeah.
Because it was really bad. We were worried, especially from an academic point of view, and from a thing point of view, that if obviously if she doesn't improve, you can achieve anything.
Yeah.
Did you feel when you were young, especially like when you're growing up in a primary school or anything, did you feel that you were bullied or taken the mick out because of your stammering?
Like there have been times where people did say something, but whenever that did happen, like anyone around would always say, "Oh, hang on, that's just basically going too far."
That just shows you that's maybe reflective of the society getting better, maybe more understanding. Yeah. But obviously, the older he's got, the more I think he's come out of the shadow of his brother. So I think that's helped as well, maybe.
Just sort of one thing I'd like to say with my brother, I think with him, he sort of ended up with the speech, but thankfully I ended up with the looks, so that's one thing which I can't really complain too much. So.
I think I got both, so it's a good shame on him.
I'm not saying obviously stamina completely gone, but it's a lot better than what it was before.
Yeah. It's much better.
I hope you will be successful, become good doctor, help each other. Maybe he go to other country and help the old poor people. That's what we want him to become good doctor and help out community.
He's still got a long way to go, but yeah, so far we're pleased with what he's done so far, and obviously we still encourage him that it's still a long road. He's still got a lot more to do.
Yes, if you just have a seat there, please. Your challenge is not to laugh.
Oh, this is hard now, isn't it, for me?
Research indicates that stammering is a neurological condition based in the wiring of the brain.
I know you're enjoying this.
It's okay to laugh.
24-year-old Namrah is taking part in a range of studies at the University College of London. They measure her brain activity while she speaks in different situations.
Just my eyelids are being squashed, but it's okay.
We'll fix that.
I think I've taken part in the study just to get a better understanding of the differences when you're talking to a stranger, when you're talking to a friend, and what is actually happening inside. There are lots of different theories and factors that do play a part in why a person stammers, but I don't think till this day that there is really one main cause of it.
PhD student Naheem also has a stammer, and he's keen to find out what the causes are.
The key about the brain is that it's not a single region working on its own to produce speech. It's lots of different parts of the brain, and they all link together. And with stammering, the key is the links between these regions. And it's the links between these regions that are impaired.
Namrah will be monitored while she first talks to a stranger and then to best friend Shanice, so that any differences in her speech can be compared to changes in brain activity.
So try not to move. Always keep eye contact with each other as well. Is that all okay with you both?
Yeah.
Each experiment takes 15 minutes and is carried out in isolation.
It was okay. It kind of makes me more aware of how I'm not that great at keeping eye contact with a person. It's something I avoid doing. I just choose to look away. I think it's because I know that at some point I might stammer, and even if I don't, I still choose not to maintain eye contact. It's something I'm not great at. I feel a lot more comfortable with Shanice, and there wasn't any kind of any anxiety feeling towards it. I think speaking to a stranger, even though I did stutter, I felt very nervous about stuttering, but with Shanice, it's so normal at this stage, so it was a big difference for me, yeah. Thank you.
Zayn has been attending group speech and language therapy sessions since he was a teenager.
It has helped me to learn the different techniques of how to control my speech. So yeah, I've found it really beneficial for me. Yeah, it's been really helpful. My name is Zain and I have a speech impediment. When I'm having an alright kind of day, I'll brush them aside and continue. But if I'm having a really bad day, it can become really frustrating.
When you feel that frustration, if it's a bad day for you, does that frustration make the block last even longer or be more tense?
It does, yeah. The more frustrated I get, the more I'll want to push and push more and more, but I'm blocking even more. But I think it's that slowly, that easing into the word and just remaining calm. It helps me personally a lot, does that, yeah.
Okay, so think about the last question on there. What would you like to be in your comfort zone that's not already there?
I think for me, it would be speaking in front of a large audience more. I am already starting to do it, and in some cases I am comfortable, but I think if the audience are a little bit more challenging and not fully engaged, it's a lot harder for me to maintain that fluency of speech. So I should be breathing more as well, which I'm not doing. But yeah, so slow and steady wins the race. Yeah.
21-year-old Ishaq is studying medicine at the University College of London.
Main reason why I sort of was thinking of becoming a doctor was because when I was about the age of 13, 14, my dad developed cancer, and then just generally seeing the whole process he had to go through and all of that, it did sort of motivate me to become a doctor, to help other people go through and help them through the same sort of issues which my family went through.
Today's his first day on a pediatric placement at Newham Hospital.
The new experiences are the ones that tend to induce stress, and the ones which consequentially make your stammer a little bit worse.
First, he must discuss the patient's medical history, a daunting task as nerves can affect his stammer.
Hello? Hi there.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
You okay?
Yeah.
So, hi there, my name is Ishaq. I'm a fourth year medical student, and I've just been asked by the doctor to just have a quick sort of talk with you, find out why you're in here today. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in school?
No.
Oh no, how comes?
It's because the school doesn't have the right equipment for my oxygen, and they need someone that's gonna stay with me one-to-one.
Oh, okay. Wow, so how's that all been? That sounds really tough.
Yeah. I have to be brave.
Without the oxygen, how far could you walk?
I can't walk without oxygen.
You can't, so you need oxygen with you all the time?
Yeah, 24 hours.
Sure. And in terms of like vaccines and immunizations, did you...
She's all up to date.
She's up to date. Yeah. In terms of like feeding and stuff, how's that been?
Really reduced appetite, but still drinking plenty of fluids.
First in the children's department, it's actually pretty exciting, yeah, just dealing with children, a lot of like smiley faces and stuff. Like a lot of times when you see adults, you just walk in and then they just seem really upset to sort of see you. Whereas like the kids, they always have like a big sort of smile, all sort of cheerful. Yeah, so I do get why a lot of people say that after doing a placement on peds, they would consider becoming a pediatrician, so I can definitely relate to it.
Ishaq's stammer was once so severe, he would have struggled with all aspects of working in a hospital. But by using his speech therapy techniques, his first day has been a success.
People have as much faith in you as you have faith in yourself. So a lot of the time it's how you come across. yeah, like hopefully like none of those patients realise that's my first time speaking to a child in kind of hospital setting, which is like a good thing. And then yeah, just carry on doing that. Hopefully things work out in the end.
Jordan hasn't worked for over a year. He's finally secured a new job as a hotel kitchen porter.
Can I have our day rider, please? Thanks.
But on his way to work, he's feeling apprehensive about how he will cope.
Meeting new people is always hard because I don't know how they're going to react to my stammer, because some people have walked away from me, or they've laughed in my face, or sometimes they don't even acknowledge it sometimes. So it's kind of like the elephant in the room and nobody speaks about it. So for a lot of fluent speakers, they don't understand how difficult and how debilitating stammering can be, and they don't understand how draining it can be and exhausting it can be, you know, and they don't understand how emotionally affected you can be as well. But I've just tried to stay positive, really. Like at work, I'm quite reserved at first because of my stammer, and it affects my interactions with other people, and it just kind of makes me feel a bit guarded. So it's very, very vital to find work to kind of to make your life the best it can be, you know. So them giving me a job just kind of makes me feel complete in some ways, and I think it's just brilliant, really. So.
Namrah's had a stammer her whole life. She and best friend Shanice are reflecting on what it was like growing up struggling to talk.
I was thinking recently that it's been 14 years since we've been friends. Since year 7, 2004. I can't believe how time flies. Yeah. We sat next to each other in form class, and I thought she will be my best friend, and it was.
When you first met me, you thought I was weird.
I thought you was a bit weird. Primary school and high school was probably the worst time for me. Kids were very, very nasty. They had no idea what a stutter was. Mimicking is the worst, I think. It's just because you can't tell how you look when you're stuttering. So when somebody else impersonates you, it makes you think, oh gosh, that's how I look stuttering. I look like I have no idea what I'm talking about. So that was one thing that really upset me.
If I saw her upset, I would go and kill them. Actually, I'm joking. I wouldn't kill them, but she's improved a lot.
I think it helped me grow as a person, and it helped me accept my speech in a way as well. But I had really supportive friends around me who never made me feel like I was any different. It is something that is a part of you, and it might not ever go away. And you can't let something hold you back from doing what you want to do.
You don't really stutter that much now. Not that much. Not as much as school.
And even if I do, I don't get upset about it anymore.
Yeah, you don't get upset,
When was the last time that I said to you that I'm upset about my speech.
No,
That
it's
was
been
probably the last time was
ages ago.
maybe
Yeah.
during sixth form. But you never gave up on me, never, ever. And friends like that are really hard to find. So I'll always appreciate that because you were there for me during the most difficult time of my life. Here's to 14 years. Cheers.
Talking in front of large groups of people can be a nightmare for anyone who stammers. Zayn's goal is to speak in front of a large school assembly, and today he's going to be talking to over 200 children.
I feel it's one of my biggest achievements if it pays off well, just purely because I've always wanted to present and speak in front of large audiences, and I feel once I've conquered that and pushed myself out of my comfort zone, I think I'll be a lot more comfortable and confident. So yeah, I am looking forward to presenting later today. Yes. What would you like hand with? Hello, Joe. Morning.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. Cheers. I'm in.
You're in?
Yeah.
As Zayn's big moment approaches, nerves are starting to show.
Good morning, everyone.
It's more for the first bit. Once I'm dancing, that'll be fine. That'll be that first bit.
Once you get into it, you'll be fine.
Right, let's do this.
Go on. That's it, hold on to this side. So this is Charlotte. Give Charlotte a big wave. This is Joe. Hello. And this is Zayn.
Hello. Right, everyone, so there are loads and loads of foods that are high in sugar, and we all like to eat. So, who can tell me how many teaspoons of sugar you guys are allowed in a day? Can everyone show me 5? 5 teaspoons of sugar you guys are recommended a day. Too much sugar might not be healthy for your bodies, but why? Can anyone tell me why? Will I get a little bit bigger? Possibly, yeah? Okay. How many teaspoons are you guys recommended a day? 5. Anyone show me 5? And high five the person next to you. High five.
Are you ready to have a boogie? Yeah.
Right, guys, start off with a nice little jog on the spot. Right, guys, step to your left and jump. Right, jump. Oh, fine, I was absolutely bricking it. Yeah. I was nervous, but then as soon as I was up on stage, oh, fine. It went, I was in my little zone, so yeah. Positive experience and checked off the box, yeah. Right, guys, reaching up. I am quite proud of myself, yeah. I feel it's something I've always wanted to achieve, and I've been able to do that. And even whilst I was speaking, I was stammering on the odd word, but it didn't faze me one bit. And a round of applause. Well done, guys. Yeah, I'm happy.
Zayn continues to talk in front of large groups. His next challenge is to speak in front of an audience of older children. Namrah is determined not to let her stammer hold her back. She's leaving home for the first time to study a master's degree in adolescent psychology. Ishaq triumphed over his stammer, and his first hospital placement in pediatrics was a success. And Jordan's first shift went well, and he's enjoying working life.